What is going on with all of my living, breathing, walking, amazing people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies, including Podbean trolls and scallywags, including nosy neighbors from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and our vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves a huge favor and some justice. And with that being said, let's get into this evening's episode, starting right now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom, solo. The feathered friends are at that place called home. You know, I'm at my usual spot on the court side section, recording this particular episode for you guys. I picked up my device last night. If you all heard the episode that I uploaded prior to this one, you know that I ordered myself some protection. It's courtesy of Amazon. Hold on one second. Let me turn down my notifications. And that text message was someone wanting to know if I wanted more methamphetamine. And I'm keeping it real with you guys. I'm going to be blocking this person soon, just like I'm going to be blocking a lot of other different individuals that are coming into contact with me on behalf of Satan. Anyway, I picked up my device last night. It's the hold on one second. I'm going to be using this in the form of a hidden gem. Anyway, as you can hear, the paper to the Amazon box, I've removed it and I'm pulling out the device. It's the Milesey, MILESEEY tools. That's the name of the store. And it's the name of the device too. The Milesey TR10 handheld thermal imager. And this is going to give me some clarity in regard to what has been going on with these upstairs neighbors. Now, I'm not utilizing this. Hold on one second. I'll put the paper in later. I'm not going to be utilizing this device for sinister purposes. Again, they have a child. It is a, African-American male and a Caucasian female. They have a mixed child, and I'm not trying to cross boundaries in regard to the child. But I will be crossing boundaries when it comes to your mammy and your pappy. For the simple fact they have crossed boundaries with me on several of occasions, being in my business. And once again, the reason why I ordered this device is because I was sitting on my futon, minding my own business. And I've been having inkling feelings that my upstairs neighbors have been, crossing boundaries with different utensils in order to, spy on me. Anyway, I've noticed particular lights on several of occasions coming from above that will move on the floor ever so, they would just move ever so slowly as if they're tracking something. And I took videos of this and posted it on my YouTube platform and my Instagram platform, if I'm not mistaken, asking people, what could this possibly be? Anyway, I'm sitting 3:55 time of the recording, probably confirmation from the universe. Anyway, I'm sitting on my futon, and my futon has never been moved in the living room in a different spot since I've gotten that futon. It's always been in the same spot. Anyway, my back was turned to my laptop and I needed to take care of some business on my laptop. So divine timing and the universe, and source, my grandmother, whomever, but divine timing had me turn around at that right moment. And I seen this white light from above that flashed on my futon a couple of times in different areas. Then the white light stayed, but it was moving ever so slowly on my futon. But I wasn't sitting in that spot. I was sitting, right next to where the light shined at. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I went to grab my phone, and when I got ready to take a video and a picture of this light, it disappeared. So at this point, my neighbors had company because at first they didn't have any company because I looked outside of the door window. I do that on an intermittent basis just to see who is, whose car is out there. Anyway, there was a red car parked somewhere next to mine, which indicated somebody in the complex had company, which happened to be upstairs because I heard the extra feet or whatever above me. And shortly thereafter, that's when that light appeared. What I think happened is the universe allowed them to make mistakes. 5:33 time of the recording. I think what happened is because all last week, this week, and it's just been weird. They've been having different vehicles over there. Like last week, there was a big ass huge black truck that was parked next to mine. Obviously, they went obviously it was company of the upstairs neighbors. So random different people have been coming over there. And I feel like they've been coming over there because the neighbors been showing them what they, basically been seeing me doing, while fucking around with methamphetamine or whatever the case may be. So anyway, when I seen that white light, I made it clear that it was what the fuck I seen. And I spoke about it on my live podcast. I told my mother about it. I told St. LMC about it. I told a friend of mine in Chicago. I continue to talk about it because I want them to know y'all fucked up. And the universe had me turn around just like I told y'all, just like the universe had me turn around in Chicago. I mean, in Las Vegas when my ex-friend was lying behind me. And I told y'all the story when we were watching a movie. My ex-friend was lying behind me and I was lying in front of them watching whatever movie we were watching. And I quickly turned around to address them and they had a look of disgust on their face. And then they quickly turned that look of disgust into a smile. But anyway, they have changed some habits. They used to stomp around upstairs like, a herd of motherfucking wildebeest. Now that has changed. Now it is completely quiet up there. And, it's like one person would leave, but they would make it seem like they're all gone. And, you can still hear someone being, mobile above me, but it's almost as if they're trying to, how can I say it? Like they're trying to, fool me, because when I was under the influence of methamphetamine, I would fall for the okie doke. I would think that everybody is gone. And before I know it, I'm smoking the shit and I'm looking at bulges on YouTube and I'm rubbing nipples. And before I know it, I'm masturbating and I'm doing the most for their entertainment. I switched up a lot. I turned down the motherfucking white noise machines because let me hear some shit. Let me hear what y'all doing. Let me hear y'all flush y'all toilet. Let me be in y'all business. Y'all want to know what the fuck I'm doing. So let me turn all this shit down. So I turned it all down, even though it is an irritant to hear someone else's living. It's nerve wracking. I love to have my white noise machines turned up, it's very comforting for me, but I am sacrificing all of that so that I can, put them at ease, I don't want them at ease, so that I can, give them some discomfort. I want y'all to feel uncomfortable in your home. And that's where I think I'm at. I think I'm to the point where I have backed them up in the corner. They don't know what I ordered. Yesterday I left and I took care of some stuff and they were already gone. I seen them all leave. So they were, but the female ended up dropping the male off, and this was around the same time I came home, and I had an Amazon box underneath my arms, and I'm pretty sure they was pondering, what the fuck is in this box. None of your damn business was in this motherfucking box. What's in this box is going to give me further clarity in regard to, what the fuck has been going on around this bitch. And, hopefully my next door neighbor doesn't have anything to do with this, because I will be busting their motherfucking business as well in regard to, yeah. And anyway, they have a dirty little secret underneath their belt that their partner don't know anything about. And, fucking with me, your partner will know every motherfucking thing. I'm not going to play the game when it comes to my privacy, and I'm not going to play any mental game games just because I have been under the influence of motherfucking methamphetamine. I don't give a damn. That still doesn't give a person right to, play with an individual's mind. Let me tell you something. Not to say too much. The person that took my innocence, did a home invasion, so to speak. Pistol whipped a person with I can't think of what type of gun it was, but, like a machine type of gun. And it really wasn't a home invasion because, they're related, so to speak. So the person was let in. But the whole point of it is, they were trying to fuck with this person's mind in regard to a drug deal or whatever the case may be. And the person snapped the fuck out and, pistol whip, someone and, done some other damage and probably could have killed some people, but it didn't go that far. You just never, you just can't be fucking with people. And I'm not trying to fuck with, my neighbors in 10:55 time of the recording. I'm not trying to fuck with them, in any type of way, that will lead to, us battling or anything like that. It's never that serious. The spiritual realm is fighting this battle on my behalf. They're just giving me clarity in regard to what my intuition has already said. You're being compromised. I just ignored it. And it's not my fault that they slipped up and allowed me to see this white light that was on my futon. So who's to say when I sleep at night, they're using this light to run across my body. I don't know what this light is. I just know that I've seen it on several of occasions and I don't like it. And it's a very uncomfortable feeling knowing that somebody has this over you. But I'm switching that around with this device that I ordered, courtesy of Amazon. But anyway, 11:55 time of this recording. My main reason for, creating this episode is to let y'all know what I wanted to tell y'all what I forgot yesterday, and it dawned on me earlier. Either way, it came to me, and I'm like, I have to make an episode about this because I did not allow them to take that power like they thought they were going to take from me in regard to the energies around me. Anyway, after I expounded my truth via the living room, in regard to my drug addiction and whatever else. So, I said it loud so that my neighbors could hear. I'm not ashamed about telling my story. I tell it all the time. I further went on to, we have choices in life. I had a choice to either drown in my sorrows and be bitter and whatever else the case may be and, be angry, which I was very angry. I threw some shit and whatever else the case. I wanted them to know that y'all fucked up. Y'all chose a chosen one to cross boundaries with. And I was watching, I'm going to use this, this video in the form of a hidden gem for you guys. You don't mess with a chosen one. It's written in the Bible that do not put your hand on my chosen ones. I'm paraphrasing God's words, but he made it very clear. Do not cross boundaries with my chosen ones, because they are, spiritually well protected. They are here for a mission. And that is to increase and raise the vibrations of the universe and spread light wherever they can spread light, whatever else the case may be. And to cross one of God's chosen ones is to cross him. And, baby, when a chosen one cries, you don't do that. It's a signal to the universe and a signal to source that, they have been hurt in some type of way. And the repercussions of hurting a chosen one, it's pretty bad. You could lose out on job offers. You could become homeless. Their death is even involved. I told y'all about the brother and sister team back in my Las Vegas days. I did methamphetamine with the brother. I tried to have him, but that never happened. He did masturbate. while watching the porn, and I recorded that. That's as far as it got in regard to that situation. But, I told y'all that I went to their house one day, and it was the brother, the sister, and some other person, and myself, the only African American. And, like most conversations with white folks, it turns racial somewhere down the line. And that's how it did with this situation. It turned racial. And, I didn't know where it was coming from, but, I had no defense. They were talking all type of shit about my people. And, I said a couple of choice words, but I still had no defense against all of these white people coming at, just me. And, I believe the things that they said pissed the spiritual realm the fuck off. And now looking at it, the universe took them out because they were messing with the chosen one. I am that chosen, but anyway, I remember after all of that, I should have left them alone, but I continued to, have a relationship with the brother and the sister, mainly because I wanted the brother. But anyway, I went down to their home and I spoke with, the brother, briefly, and whatever the case may be. And I asked about the sister. I asked how that bitch was doing. And, excuse my French, but, I hate to call her that, but, that's the energy that you put out there, that you're, a bitch. Sometimes you're cool, and then at other times you're racial with it, and whatever else the case may be, and bigoted or whatever else. But anyway, the brother told me, and not verbatim, but, paraphrasing their words, the sister, a couple of days after that incident happened, had dropped dead, I believe, of a heart attack. I think she was in the bedroom or the kitchen or something, doing whatever. And before he knew it, she just dropped dead of whatever she dropped dead from. And about a week or so later, I went to a familiar bar in Las Vegas. I think it's off of Charles Street, if I'm not mistaken. Charles Street in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. But it's, a neighborhood bar slash slot machine. What's the name of Dottie's? I think it's called Dottie's. I went to one of those Dottie's that myself and the brother, the sister, and whoever else used to frequent. Anyway, the brother used to clean up at Dottie's for extra money or whatever to, probably buy dope with or whatever. Anyway, I asked one of the workers, where is this, such and such? I haven't seen them in a while. And they were like, oh, you didn't hear? And I'm like, hear what? And they was just like, he was pushed out of a car to his death. And, as much as I want to cry about it, I'm tearing up a little bit, but I'm just like, what do you mean he was pushed out of a car to his death? I guess a drug deal had went wrong, and he owed some money, I do believe. I guess he got too many fronts that he just could not pay off in regard to, I think, methamphetamine. And I don't know who got him, the cartel or what, but I just know that if I knew his last name, I would try to look up the article or whatever. I just know that his first name is Steve, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yes, he was pushed out of a fast moving car to his death. And I'm not sure why, I just know that the brother and sister are no longer here anymore. And I know exactly where they stay at in Las Vegas. And, if they still stay there, I'm not sure if the mom is still alive or not. She was at a particular age and going through some health concerns. And that's why the brother was, staying there, helping her out. Considering both of her children are gone pretty much back to back. I'm sure, that, probably caused her, I don't want to say death, but it probably caused her, some great heartbreak, and to the point where she just couldn't take it anymore. But that is what happened. And I feel like their death was on behalf of messing with the chosen one. You just don't mess with us and think that you're going to get away with it. I'm going to upload 2 videos in the form of a hidden gem in regard to chosen ones. because this is some true factual stuff. And y'all can believe me or you can't believe me. I don't give a damn. I know what happened to that brother and sister. I know that they were spiritually taken out for messing with the chosen one. But anyway, I'm not saying that I want the spirit realm to take my neighbors out. If the spirit realm feels like this is what they need to do, then hey, I have no objection. But I just want them to be punished, for the fact that they had crossed boundaries, and inserted themselves in my life. I didn't ask you motherfuckers to insert yourselves in my life and be in my business. You guys did this on your own. And for that, you need to be punished. And I'm going to make sure to that, with every meditation session that I have, with every ounce of energy in my body, I'm going to make sure that ass is punished, for crossing boundaries, and fucking with, one of, Source's chosen. And, anyway, but, I could have chose to be bitter in this situation, and I could have chose to give them even further power. But after I expounded my truth in that damn living room, I believe it was via live podcast, after just discovering that light or whatever, with my white noise machines turned down, you can hear everything, now that I've done this. But anyway, I, turned on some music and I started singing my motherfucking ass off. I mean, bitch, I was holding them notes. Okay. And it was complete motherfucking silence. Because I continue to live, even though I know that I've been compromised in some type of way. I can't prove it at this point, but I know that I've been compromised because I know what I seen when I seen that white light. I still continue to increase my vibrations and live because I know the spirit realm is going to handle this on my behalf. I'm not tripping. And I have this gadget on me now. So, I'm protected. I'm not ready to, baby, I'm a Scorpio. I don't have to feed right now. I can strike and release venom at any point in time. I may decide to frame that motherfucking ass. I may decide to put on some porn extra loud and, let that be the reason. Turn this motherfucking device on and look and see what happens. Look and see who bites the motherfucking bait. That's what I'm planning on doing. I got plans and preparations for that ass. I'm just not ready to release all of that right now. It's none of your business what I'm doing downstairs. Let me just throw y'all off guard real quick. And just when you least expect it, that's when I'm going to break this motherfucker out. And I'm going to, use it and thermally go around my apartment, with it and see what I capture. But anyway. 22:22 time of the recording. But yes, I didn't give that ass no power. I took all that power back. And normally I would turn up my frequency machines, my white noise machines or whatever, to drown my voice out when I'm singing or whatever, as a way to, for privacy purposes. Not that I'm ashamed of what I sound like singing, but, how can I say it? You don't need to be a part of my utopia. find your own motherfucking utopia. Shit. But anyway, I turned that shit down. You could hear every motherfucking, you can hear every note that came out of my damn mouth. Okay. And I made sure to sing extra loud and whatever else so they can hear my motherfucking ass. You're not taking anything from me in the form of power. If anything, you are giving me so much more power, for the simple fact that you've done what you've done and you slipped up. By the time I get ready to move away from this motherfucker, I'm going to be one powerful ass bitch. And, and thank you for, that slip up because it caused me to straighten my ass up in regard to, leaving methamphetamine alone, flushing that shit down the motherfucking toilet and, taking that sledgehammer and, just with 2 or 3 good swipes, cracking the fuck out of that damn pipe. And, yes, I was serious about that. I'm just like, no, you are going to sober up. You are going to get your mind right. You've been a fool for the okie doke for way too damn long. And it is time for you to, do what God wants from you and grow up and just stop with the shenanigans. And, I'm willing to sacrifice what I need to sacrifice in order to walk the path that has been chosen for me. Just like I told you guys, I received a text message not that long ago talking, and 24:22 time of the recording. My text message foreshadowed only so much in regard to what has been said via the text message. And it read, I'm not verbatim, but, I'm paraphrasing. It read, hey, let me know if you need any more, pretty much methamphetamine, because I got that, I'm good. I probably would hit the person up and let them know I'm good on all that. I quit. That's just not what I want to do with myself anymore, and block them, and let that be the reason. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to wash laundry and get that over and done with and get back to this place called, home. And, I have some things to do in the morning, and, I have to upload these, videos or whatever. I also have been active on my addiction relapse and recovery platform on YouTube. I uploaded a couple of videos in regard to that. I'm proud of myself. I'm on my way to a lot of different successes. Thanks to, anyway. All right, you guys, y'all be good and look for those hidden gems coming up. Probably not today, but sometime, maybe today. But anyway, y'all have a good one. And thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it very, very much. 25:55 time of the recording. All right, you guys, namaste. I'm waiting for another angelic number before I end it. I like to end on angelic numbers. So let's see let me see what I get. 26. I'll end it. We are at 2612. All right, you guys, y'all have a good night, day, evening, wherever you all may reside. I'm D Venom, and until my next upload, I'm out.